Good evening. Welcome to the Village Board meeting for the Village of Pleasantville. Today is Monday, December 3. I apologize for starting a little bit late. We were in work session with John Fearon and a couple of representatives of the Library Board regarding their budget, and then with Jeff Econom, our Superintendent of Public Works, about a couple of issues that ran longer than we thought, so I apologize for keeping you waiting. Again, today is Monday, December 3. If you're watching live, we encourage you, if you have comments or questions, to call in at 769-1677. As always, you can watch us live on Cablevision or Verizon Cable TV or on PCTV76.org. And a couple of days after the meeting, you can also pick up whatever relevant section you want of the meeting at PCTV76.org with an on-demand webcast. Our next regular meeting is in 2 weeks, Monday, December 17 at 8 p.m. with a work session at 7. And a couple of quick announcements. The first is that, as we have talked about the last couple of meetings, there are lots of ongoing discussions at the moment with the county and the state and with Con Edison about the whole experience of Hurricane Sandy and the lengthy and difficult process we all went through to see power restored. Lots of discussions going on about that. Con Ed convened a meeting of all the municipalities that included our DPW Superintendent Jeff Econom. There are hearings going on, and we will certainly have a seat at that table looking to have the maximum input in an effort to make a future such event go as smoothly as it possibly can. Farm market continues 2 more weeks till the 15th.
Yes.
And then we'll close down the outside farm market and then reopen in January in the middle school cafeteria.
Right.
With the brand new indoor farm market.
This will be the last year of the farmers market, extending into December. Next year we're going to stop in November.
And then we'll be indoor market.
And the indoor market will open
right.
immediately after that.
So anyway, for the first time ever, we will have a farm market available pretty much year-round.
Mm-hmm.
Indoors starting in January this year at the middle school cafeteria. So lots of positive response from vendors, and it sounds like it'll be
it's a huge amount of vendors for the indoor market. It's wonderful.
Anyone else have something they wanted to add to the announcements? No. We are looking to hurry up through our resolutions tonight. For those of you who are interested, we have a work session after our regular meeting, which is not part of the televised meeting, with Benchmark Senior Living. They are in contract with the Methodist Church to propose an assisted living complex that would be on the vacant parcel adjacent to the Methodist Church. That's on Bedford Road near Maple Hill. Community meeting was held by Benchmark and the church with neighbors last week, and Benchmark is coming tonight in work session to let us know what is proposed. That project would require, for starters, a zoning change because the site is not zoned for that purpose. So anybody who is interested in it will have plenty of opportunity to weigh in, but I just wanted to let people know that was going on tonight, and that's a subject of discussion in the coming weeks. With that, let's jump to our resolutions. Number 211.
Resolved that pre-check register dated December 3, 2012, covering check numbers 74039 through 74152 has been reviewed, and they are hereby approved as listed below. From the General Fund, Special Purpose Fund, Water Fund, Capital Fund, Refuse Fund, and Pool Fund totaling $262,957.85.
Is there a second?
Second.
Comments or corrections or questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Amending 212.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees has reviewed the minutes of the meeting held on Monday, November 19th, 2012, and they are hereby approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
That meeting was the meeting at which we honor young people in the village, and it was a great night. 90 some odd mostly Pleasantville High School students honored for their service to the community in multiple ways. Really a great night. Thanks again to all of them. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. 213.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village administrator to sign the agreement with the SCA for building department software per the terms set forth in their agreement.
Is there a second?
Second.
So, Patty, do you want to describe what this is and the advantages it will give us?
Yep, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a software product that's put out by a group called Software Consulting Associates. We already have some of their software in use in our assessing office. But this is a package particular to the building department, and it will provide the building department with a way to archive their records and also a way to have all of their permits, applications, and other types of data like certificates of occupancy generated through the computer now, and also will allow the field officers to go out there and to enter data, on site during inspections that'll just be brought right into the software program itself. So it'll automate our department. It'll help us reduce, what's become a very difficult, paper-laden operation, and also make us more efficient.
It'll become software laden.
Yeah,
So
yes.
that's-
It's about $11,000. Well, at least for some of the package, it can expand into other areas like planning and zoning for minutes and for those board uses for escrow accounts and the like. There are other modules, but right now we're looking just for the basic building permitting and code enforcement software. They'll do some data conversion already with our section block and lots, and they're also going to be able to train the inspectors on the use of tablets so they can do a lot of work in the field. $11,000 is the cost. That's going to be broken over 2 fiscal cycles. We would have 2 different payment periods.
And then the annual maintenance and support is $1,750.
That's right, yeah.
And-
I'm very happy with this. Over 40 municipalities using this product right now, so it's been vetted, and it's gotten very good reviews. It communicates with Munis, so it has some compatibility with our financial software program. Munis also has a building module, but it's very expensive.
Pat, I just want to make sure, because that our guys are going to get proper training and be incented to use it and learn it. We went through a similar learning curve with Munis, where we had it, spent a lot of money on it, and spent several years where we only got a fraction of its use because nobody really wanted to use it, nobody really wanted to learn it, until we actually got a finance professionals in here that know how to do it.
Yeah, I understand.
And now
that,
the thing
I know.
sings, and
That's true.
it presents
True.
a lot of advantages. I could see the same thing happening here. So how do we compel the departments that are going to use this to actually learn it and use it?
Well, we're having, as you know, the significant turnover. I mean, the
Yeah.
person who's responsible for the automated systems in that office is retiring in 2 weeks.
Okay.
As we're
So-
about to
So,
Resolve.
I mean, it's going to present an opportunity for somebody to come and sit at that desk to run that department, with all of the tools that we're providing.
So that's good. It's going to present us with an opportunity to interview candidates who can use this and use it and will use
I've
it.
already have resumes from 3 people who are proficient in it.
Great.
But I'd like
Perfect.
to go to the list anyway. We are canvassing the civil service list.
That's, yeah, I would
but
recommend
Plan
that
B
be
looks
a
very good. I
highly,
mean,
if we're going to go this route, which we need to, we're years
I
behind.
totally understand why you want to say
Does
that.
the service agreement, I didn't read all the way through, but it does have training?
Yes.
$2,000 for installation and training is included in the $11,000.
And they have
original
online
cost.
And that's over what period of time, training? Do they do like
It's in their agreement. I didn't give you the full body of the, well, actually I did. I think you
It's a pretty
do have it.
straightforward package. I looked through the screenshots that they
There are
provided.
several hours.
And there's no
Yeah,
question that it's going to be a great advantage, and
It's
the
not-
time is right to do it.
I'd be
All
really
right.
surprised if people couldn't
Good,
work through it.
good.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Ryan, number 214.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the request from Police Officer Eric Burwa to attend Field Training Officer School in Morris Plains, New Jersey, January 28th through 30th, 2013, for an amount not to exceed $650.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's a request from Chief Love. He has more than that remaining in his training budget line for the current year, so it's already been budgeted. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Colleen, 215.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby accepts the resignation letter from Evan Moriello advising that she will be retiring from her position as Senior Office Assistant on December 29th, 2012.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second,
With
second,
that.
heavy-heartedly.
Right, Evan,
Yvonne.
I'm sorry, Yvonne,
Sorry.
Yvonne Moriello is the person at the front desk in the building department, and any of you who have interacted with her know what a graceful presence she has been in that office, and we certainly will miss her and wish her well. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village administrator to sign the agreement with Martin Kravitz, architect, for Phase 2 Village Hall roof repairs, as per the terms set forth in the agreement dated November 19, 2012.
Is there a second?
Second.
Patty, so Phase 2 is the bid and construction phase?
Yeah, this will take, we went through phase 1, we had that prepared and brought before the board at our last meeting, which revealed some of the issues that we know now to be issues with the roof and its drainage systems. Phase 2 involves preparing the bid documents, the construction drawings, going out to bid, making a recommendation on the award, and then supervising the project going forward once a bid is let. So it's comprehensive. I went over the scope with Marty. It does involve time for Russ Watsky as well, who would be responsible as the engineer as the roofing consultant to certify that the work is done in accordance with the plans.
And so the proposal includes 4 visits by Russ, the roofing consultant, and then an unlimited number of visits by Marty as the architect. Does that end the project? That is, there isn't a Phase 3?
No.
This is the completion.
And as Marty had said, depending on the ad alternates, we're looking anywhere from $60,000 to $90,000.
All right, for the benefit of those who may have missed it in an earlier meeting, we have a number of roof leaks in this building, 80 Wheeler Avenue, and with the assistance of Marty Kravitz, the architect, who was actually the architect of the original conversion, and also Russ Watsky, who is an expert in roofs in general, but specifically tile roofs, and with the assistance of the Pleasantville Volunteer Fire Department, who provided their ladder truck to get Russ up to the roof, we've determined that we have quite a bit of work to do in the valleys and in the gutters. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Number 217. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say you were opposed?
Yes?
Okay. So we have 4 in favor, 1 opposed?
Yes.
And do you want to describe your...
You
don't have to.
It is certainly not that I don't think this needs to be done. And I like the consultant that he's hired. I just feel that, he doesn't have my entire confidence because he was the one who originally engineered what went on up there and guaranteed that this was a lifelong roof, and we paid a lot of money for that. And it's a shock to me that we have problems at this point. And I'm sure he'll do a fine job. I would just prefer at this point another architect. So.
Understood. So 4 in favor, 1 opposed. Motion is approved. Number 217.
That the Board of Trustees here, is it me?
Yes.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
That the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village clerk to notice a public hearing for Monday, December 17, 2012, 8 p.m. prevailing time, 80 Wheeler Avenue, Pleasantville, New York, to her comments as it pertains to a special permit submitted by LaDuca Auto Service, 52 Depew Street, Pleasantville, for a temporary use otherwise not permitted in the A1 zoning district.
Is there a second?
No.
Second.
Patty, do you want to describe this as well? This is a
as simply
long
as I can.
story.
LaDuca Auto Service had petitioned this board a while back for a zoning text amendment to allow automobile sales in conjunction with their automotive repair shop, and it was inconsistent with our zoning code. So rather than entertain a zoning text amendment, the board creatively adopted a local law that would allow an applicant to come in for a special permit that would be available for a limited period of time to do these types of things that are really not inconsistent with a principal use, but provide, some measure of relief when the code doesn't, provided that there'd be site plan review and comments from the planning commission.
So this is a renewal?
No, this is brand new. LaDuca went to the planning commission. He'd gotten his site plan review, and they favorably, they favorably reviewed his site plan as well as his wetlands permit application. So they have a resolution in support of those particular improvements to the site. The second step is now for this board to entertain by public hearing LaDuca's application to allow automobile sales on his property. That's where we are.
I must have gotten through it in my mind already, because I thought we already did this. And I thought we put a sunset on it, so we'd have to come back and
That's
renew it.
in
And
the
I
local
actually
law.
thought that this was a renewal.
That's in the permitting.
I really thought we already approved this.
That's in
That's
the
in the
permitting.
law.
All right,
You've
okay.
enacted.
Right.
I'm ahead of
You
myself,
then had to go to the
I
planning
guess.
commission and then come back, so.
been a long
any-
time.
I mean,
It was
look,
a
it doesn't
long
matter, but it requires another public hearing for
Yes.
us to do
Yes.
this?
We had a public hearing to enact the
To
zoning
create
code.
the law.
Yeah.
And now we have a public
Allow
hearing
that to happen.
to
Gotcha,
allow
alright.
the first use of it.
Gotcha. All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So anyone who's interested, again, be reminded that that public hearing is 2 weeks from today, Monday, December 17 at 8 p.m. 218.
I guess, yeah. Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorize the village administrator to execute the stipulation of agreement pertaining to BGB Realty versus the Village of Pleasantville.
Is there a second?
Second.
There was ongoing litigation between the village and BGB Realty, which owns the building that is across, let's see, across from the
We're next to
American
7-Eleven.
gas station, in essence, that formerly housed the amusements rental place on the corner and has the cleaners in it. They argued that the changes that were made when the Bedford Road streetscape improvement project happened had limited their truck access to and from the building, and Patty and Jeff Econom have worked out an agreement whereby we'll make some modest changes and the lawsuit will be ended. Fair description, Patty?
That is a fair description, just to change the radius on the driveway apron. That's all that's all we've agreed to do.
So what we would be signing is a stipulation of discontinuance of the court action and resolve it. We thank the owner, BGB Realty, for their willingness to solve this outside of the legal process. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Jonathan.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village clerk to notice a public hearing for Monday, December 17, 2012, at 8 p.m. prevailing time, 80 Wheeler Avenue, to hear comments as it pertains to amending Chapter 173 of Vehicles and Traffic, Section 173-60, parking prohibited at all times as followed. Lake Street South from Broadway to the village line.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
So, now, Mindy, am I correct that this was your...
Well, I, as long as, this is the problem. There is a tremendous amount of vehicles parking near our old water station. And they have, now it's pardon me?
Full time. They use it as
Full-time.
private
They've used it as private
overnight.
parking.
Right.
And now there's construction vehicles parking there. And it has totally eroded, that goes out right into Nannyhagen Stream. And there is a tremendous amount of runoff going on in there. And that's a flood area. It floods terribly. However, farther down towards the pool, that grassy area is in the summer for 3 months used for the extra parking. So we always had concerns about whether you could post a no parking sign there. So this area, though, is significant in the fact that this runoff now, there's no grass left. It is so close to the stream. In fact, a lot of the front of the cars are right up on the stream bed, and it's a major problem. So we're talking about suspending it during the summer down by the pool for the pool parking.
Can we do that?
Where is
The
that in
chief
here?
can promulgate any rules that the board allows. I mean, what will happen is you'll have a total no parking rule in effect unless there's a promulgation for a suspension of that rule. It's just easier to do it that way.
But aren't they
Just like we
parking
do
on
for
our
the
property?
markets and other things.
I thought so too, and I
It's
thought
not
it
our
was,
property that
but there's
that's
no
being
parking
parked on?
signs posted there.
There shouldn't be any parking there. I mean, it's right
So why don't we
away,
just ticket, why do we need a law? Why don't we just ticket them now?
because it's not signed. And then people
That's
just,
what
the judge needs to have some.
But you can't park in a public park either,
You can't
even
park,
if there's
you
not
can't pull off
signs.
the road, but then again, we do allow that, so
You do
people
it in
will
the
argue
summer.
that,
Right. So the judge could throw that out.
there's a reasonable expectation they could do it
Right.
because they've been doing it. I mean,
Well,
to make it
they
very,
well, I guess, they don't park that far down,
well,
do
they
they,
are
during
now.
the summer?
No,
No.
no,
But they
there's
are
no
now.
parking
Most of
there
it
in the
is,
summer.
most of it within 150
So-
feet of Broadway or thereabouts.
Would it
Yeah.
be, would it address this issue if the no parking zone existed only from Broadway a certain distance?
Yes, it
We
would.
don't have to go the whole
No,
way?
you don't.
And then we wouldn't be into the problem in the summer
Of reneging on the.
of saying we don't really meet it.
That's right,
Right.
you could do that.
So why don't we figure
Why
out
don't we
what,
figure
Well,
out
so-
that distance
but-
is?
But then you're going to have off-street parking in the winter there, particularly.
All right, but, so Patty,
You're going to have people pull
if
off.
the public hearing is posted as now written, which
Mm-hmm.
would eliminate parking on Lake Street on the south side the whole way,
Would make it
we
less
would have then the
restrictive.
right to make it less restrictive without renoticing.
Yes.
Yes.
So that makes sense.
That is.
Is
true.
there a
Okay.
potential impact on the north side of Lake Street?
That you can't park, there's no place
It's
to park.
already, I know that there's very little space, but is it regulated?
No, because there's really no,
That's the
there's no,
issue.
there isn't
And-
even a
and
shoulder.
That's the issue with
Okay.
the south side, there's
Right.
really no shoulder.
Yeah.
You're pulling off the road.
All right, so, I mean, there will
There's
be
no
many
curb
people
line
who have
there.
opinions about this, and they'll have an opportunity
Well,
to
it's
be
going to
heard.
be tough. It's going to be tough for people. It's-
Monday, December 17th,
Yeah.
but we can post it this way and act or
Yeah,
adjust it as
fine.
needed, so.
Mm-hmm.
All
I'm
right,
fine with it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Again, that is a subject, if anyone is interested, a public hearing on a proposed prohibition of parking on the south side of Lake Street. That is a public hearing 2 weeks from today, Monday, the 17th at 8 p.m. Last one is 220.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby appoints Philip A. Grimaldi Jr. as a per diem prosecutor on an as-needed basis at $150 per day.
Is there a second?
Second.
This gives us the opportunity to hire an interim prosecutor on days our regular village prosecutor is unavailable, which is an example of which is coming up shortly. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. That's the rest. That's the end of our resolutions. Just had a couple of other things to report. One is that, as many of you already know, the MLA property is now in ownership by the Henkel Company, and they are doing some preliminary work now, some asbestos abatement and the like, but the sale has happened, and we expect to see significant work going on quite soon.
There's work going on today.
We are also expecting in the coming weeks to have a proposal from Toll Brothers for the property on Washington Avenue, the former Baker properties, which are the two now vacant office buildings on Washington Avenue that have been proposed by Toll Brothers to be redeveloped as a series of connected single-family townhouse homes. And then the last thing I wanted to remind everybody is that through the efforts of the Chamber of Commerce and PCTV, there is an annual PCTV holiday show that is airing now. Is that fair to say, Shane? Up on PCTV, a really fun and interesting show that reminds everybody of the incredible range of opportunities to address all of your holiday shopping right here in the friendly confines. So pick up PCTV and take a look at that. It's interesting, fun, and may give you some good ideas. So that being said, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. As mentioned, we'll be going into an informal work session with a presentation by Benchmark Senior Living, as I mentioned at the outset, regarding a proposed senior assisted living project up on Bedford Road adjacent to the Methodist Church. Thank you all. See you in a couple of weeks.
Good night.